Good evening, groovy citizens, and happy, fantastic Friday to each and every one of you. Y'all, I don't know where you live, but if you're in the DMV area, you see this face glistening, that's because it's a little muggy out. And my dashboard says it's 87 degrees. It's been overcast all week. So even though it was kind of muggy out, you didn't have to have the sun out baking you. But today it's a little muggy, so if you hear my fan blowing, it's because I do have on the AC, because I can't sit up in here cooking.
Phone book update failed.
Thank you. I can't sit up in here cooking, all right? Now, let's jump into today's topic, because as soon as I finish up this video, I am going off to have some dinner, and I'm excited about that because I'm hungry, actually. And I was going to go to the gym. I was. However, because, let me tell y'all this real quick. I went to the gym last night. I had a full day. So y'all know I work, right? So I had a full day of work. Then I got off work. I had a Zoom call at 5:30. And then I had a training call from 7 to 9. And so by the time I got a chance, I should say, to get to the gym, and start my workout, it was like 9:15. So yesterday was leg day. As a matter of fact, let me show you here it is. See, this is my workout that I did yesterday. Now, as you can see here, I didn't do any cardio. I scratched that out. I just made a note. I said no cardio tonight because I got a late start. Now, I was going to go today to work on my chest and my back, but when I tell you my whole body hurts, it's just not going to happen. It's not. So I am going to take today's workout, which is my regularly scheduled Friday workout, and move it till tomorrow. And then on Sunday after church, I'll just get in an hour of cardio and try to get back on track on next week. That's all you can do, right? Now, let's jump into today's topic. So today, I'm going to be sharing some things that you should know in life. And this comes from the Lone Wolf Motivation. So if you get a chance, please be sure to check out their videos on YouTube. No, this is not a sponsored video. I just love their stuff. And I have 15 things that I want to share with you, and then I will bid you good day. Number 1, don't marry for physical attraction only. Now, we should all know that by now, but you'd be surprised at how many people select folks they want to date and marry because of the way they look. Well, here's the reality. We're all, God willing, and the creek don't rise, we're all getting older. And so how a person looks in their 20s may not be how they're going to look in their 40s, 50s, 60s, and beyond. So if you're going to marry somebody, or I'm going to go so far as to say date somebody, make sure it's not just for the physical. Because all that looks good now. That's just like, that man you met. Excuse me, y'all. That man you met, honey, he had the 6-pack abs and the nice chest and the arms and all of that. And it's 30, 40 years later, and that 6-pack has now turned into a keg. Come on now. Let's not do that. Let's not pick people because of the way they look. I'm sorry. We just shouldn't do that. Number 2, be cautious with your trust. Y'all, this is so important. I'm going to say, if you don't remember anything else I share with you today, remember that you must be cautious with your trust. Be careful who you trust, because the same people that you think you can trust are smiling in your face and could be, I'm not saying they are, but they could be stabbing you in the back the whole time. Y'all, if you've been around me long enough, you know I've talked about how you have those people, I call them secret haters, and and those are the people that clap for you in your face. They're just clapping and they're smiling and they're cheering you on, but behind your back they're saying, look at this fool, that is not gonna work. I don't know why she thinks that she can be successful. I don't know why he thinks he can be successful. But that's how people are. So be careful who you trust. Outside of my immediate family, I have a very small circle of people that I share things with, and I know I can trust them just as well as they can trust me. And we have that, that kind of friendship, that bond there. So be careful who you trust. And I see people sometimes, they're too trusting with everybody. And let me say this before I finish that thought. It's not always just about what you tell them. You have to be careful with people that you meet and you decide to date and subsequently end up marrying. You've got to be careful who you trust, because you thought you could trust this person and they took your kindness and used it against you. They took your kindness, robbed you blind, cheated on you, all that other stuff that goes with that. So be careful who you trust. And I'm really driving that home because I need you all to understand that. Number 3, remember, not everyone thinks or acts like you. I know that I've done this before, and that's something I've had to learn, that, Michelle, not everybody does things the way you do. And so I have come to respect people for who they are and how they do things, and understand that they don't do them the way I do. So I can't get myself all worked up because somebody doesn't do things the way I do. And people do it all the time. Well, when I did that job, I did it this way. Or I did it that way. You can't do that. Respect people for who they are and the way they do things, and just keep in mind, they don't do things the way that you do, okay? And that way you don't get yourself all frustrated, and then you don't end up getting into it with them. Number 4, keep some things to yourself. Friends can become foes or enemies. I talked about that just a few minutes ago. Some things you just cannot tell anybody. Right now, I have some things that I'm working on, and I've not shared with anybody. And it's not that I think my friends will become foes, because I don't believe that. I mean, anything is possible, but I don't believe that. It's just that I like to keep some things to myself. And specifically what pops into my mind is those of you that are in relationships, be it dating, seriously dating, casually dating, and or married. I'm going to say even divorce. Keep your relationship to yourself. You don't need to share all of your relationship business with your friends or even your family, okay? Keep some things to yourself. Number 4, speak less. Speak less. And I say that because you'd be surprised at what you learn when you don't talk so much. I'm serious. Take a day where you just sit back and you just observe. Everywhere you go, just observe and really watch the people around you, be it on your job, they could be at your church, doesn't matter, in your neighborhood. Just sit back and just watch and just observe, and you'd be surprised at what you learn. And you go, wow, I've known this person for a long time. I didn't realize that about them. You know why? Because you talk too much. And you're so busy talking that you're not really paying attention. And not only that, when you speak less, you really get to hear people. And when you allow yourself to truly hear people, you learn things about them that you didn't even know. You learn things about yourself that you didn't know. So learn how to just sit back and speak less. Number 6, listen more intently. I encourage people to do this all the time. It's so important that you sit back and you truly listen. And I know what you're saying. You say, but Michelle, I hear people. Yeah, you do. But are you truly listening intently, meaning that you're listening to everything they say? Not listening to respond, but I'm talking about listening to truly hear, because there's a difference. And you can tell these people apart because they're two different types of people. People that listen just so they can respond. Their attitude is this. Sometimes they have their arms folded and they sitting there, they listen to you talking, they're nodding their head. Well, see, what you don't understand is, no, you were listening just to respond. I want you to practice listening to people to really, really hear what they're saying. Okay? You'd be surprised at how much you catch if you just learn to really listen, but listen to understand, not to respond. Number 7, learn to interpret body language. Honey, let me tell you something. I am always, and when I say always, I mean always, looking at people's body language. Case in point, if you said, Michelle, are you okay? Yes, I'm fine. Does that look like I'm fine? No, that looks like I have an attitude. That's exactly what that looks like. Or if you say to somebody, Michelle, are you having a good day? My arms are folded. I'm like, yeah, I'm having a great day. No, that doesn't look like you're having a good day. So I want you all to really learn to look at people's body language, because here's the other thing. People can say one thing out of their mouth, but their body language says something completely different. You've got to learn to really hone in on people's body language. And I've used this example before, where if I'm coming out and I'm doing a workshop or speaking in front of a group, and I come out and my hands are jammed in my pocket, and I say, hey everyone, I am so happy that you're here. I'm really excited about today's topic. Let's jump right on in. Now, does that look like I'm excited? Absolutely, it does not. If I come back and say, hey everybody, I'm so glad to have you here. Listen, y'all, I am so excited about today's topic. I can't wait to jump in. That whole body language, the facial expression, of course I'm sitting down, but the body language tells you that, hey, I'm excited about being here. Not somebody that looks like they're holding in a poop. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all know what I'm talking about, that look you get. You can't come out looking like that, telling your audience or whoever you're talking to that you're happy and you're excited, because you don't look like it. You look like you're holding a lot in, and we're going to leave it at that. Number 8, live within your means. I cannot encourage that any more than I am right now. You've got to live within your means. And it's not always about spending money that you don't really have. But when I say live within your means, I'm also talking about, I used to be that person, especially at church. You know, a project needed to be done, and I'm like, hey, I volunteer. Guess what? I volunteer. And then what I found is I was burning myself out. So live within your means. If you know you don't have the time or the patience even or the money to do something, it's all right to tell people you can't do it. Stop trying to live beyond your means. It's just like going out here purchasing a car because you want to look like you have it all together, and you want people to think, that you've arrived. And so you go out and you buy this S-Class Mercedes, or whatever the top of the line BMW is, or whatever, let's say the most expensive Corvette or the most expensive Cadillac, or whatever car you like, but you get the top of the line because you want people to think that you have it going on. You know, they say perception is everything, right? So if people see you driving that expensive car, they're thinking, ooh, they must have some money because that car is expensive. Not realizing that sometimes those people are actually leasing those cars. But that's a whole nother video for a whole nother time. But I said all that to say, you're out here and you're purchasing this car, this car or this home even, that you can't afford, all because you want to impress other people. So now you're riding around in this nice car, and you've got $1,000 a month car note, and you know you're struggling to pay for it. Why? Yes, you like the vehicle, but you really bought it because you want people to see you as you go out here. When you have this $1,000 car note, I'm sorry, give me a $300 or $400 car note any day of the week. As far as buying a home, you don't have to get this big 5-6 bedroom home in the nicest area if you're in the DMV area, and up in the Potomac, Maryland area. And again, you got this 5-6 bedroom home. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's $250,000, maybe even $1 million. And you've got this huge mortgage that you're struggling to pay for, when all you had to do is get you a 3-bedroom home in a nice area, and maybe your mortgage would have been about $1,800 a month, as opposed to $10,000 a month. You understand what I'm saying? Live within your means. Stop trying to impress people. I always say this: I don't have to impress a soul. You either like me for who I am or you don't. Either way, it's fine with me, because my life is going to go on, and I'm living within my means. So I'm not trying to spread myself thin just so I can impress other people, because I really don't care. Number 8, appreciate a meal today, but maintain business tomorrow. Now, I'll be honest with you, I wasn't quite sure what the narrator meant by that, but I threw it out there. Number 10, never sell yourself short. I can't stress this enough, you guys. Y'all need to stop selling yourself short. You are, as the song says, you are more than a conqueror. You have the ability to do way more than what you're doing. And too many of you decide to sell yourself short because you don't want to take on the responsibility of doing bigger and better things. Stop I can't even talk. Stop selling yourself short and trying to take the easy way out because you want life to be easy. If you want something, sweetie, you've got to go out there and work for it. It's as simple as that. Stop selling yourself short because you are worth more than what you give yourself credit for. Number 11, use criticism as fuel for success. You know, there was one time where I didn't really care for criticism, but I get it. Everybody's entitled to their thoughts and or opinions. However, the older I've gotten, I use criticism to help me succeed. And I'm hoping you all are doing the same thing. So when people criticize what you're doing, you don't have to get mad. You don't have to get angry. You don't have to cuss anybody out. In your mind, just think, okay, I hear what you're saying. And then go back to the drawing table to figure out how you can do things better to be more successful with whatever it is you're trying to do, okay? Use it to your advantage. Number 12, respect invitations, but don't go where you're not welcome. Y'all, I love this. I love this. Respect all invitations. And I'm going to tell you something. I get invitations a lot from various people, but you know how you know when people are inviting you, but they don't really deal with you like that, but they're just extending the invitation anyway? I'm not going anywhere I'm not welcome. As Steve Harvey talked about, if people want to walk out of your life, honey, let them go. Stop trying to stay where you're not welcomed, okay? And it goes, I wanted to throw that out there because it popped in my mind. But if somebody extends an invitation to you to come to their event, their housewarming, their whatever it is, don't feel like you have to go. And I used to be that person. I'm like, well, they invited me, so I guess I'll go on. And in my back of my mind, I'm thinking, I don't know why they invited me. I don't care for them. They don't care for me. So why would you invite me? So a lot of times people just want you to give them a gift. So if you're not welcome someplace, you don't have to accept the invitation. Just simply say, you know what? Thank you so much for inviting me, but I'm going to have to pass because I have another engagement. And leave it at that. Number 13, guard your secrets closely. I told you all early on in this video, I have some projects that I'm working on in my own business that I guard closely. I'm not sharing them with other people because I'm working things out and I want people to see the finished product. But guard your secrets closely. Honey, let me tell you something. There are some secrets that some of y'all will go to your grave with. Some of us, I'm just going to say that, have done some things, we've said some things, we've gone some places, and we will never tell anybody about that stuff. And the only people that know about it are the people that were there whenever you were doing or saying whatever you said or did. But some secrets you've got to take with you to the grave. God knows you've asked for forgiveness. Leave it at that. You don't have to tell everybody your secrets. Now, I'm not saying don't share your story with people because your story can be a blessing to others, but your secrets, y'all know what I'm talking about. Keep those to yourself. Number 14, respond to gossip with neutrality. So in other words, when somebody comes to you, excuse me, I should have brought my water. When somebody comes to you with gossip, and you don't know it to be 100% fact, respond with neutrality. That means that you're not taking a position either way. You know, somebody says something to me like, oh, Michelle, did you hear ABCXYZ? And I'll go, oh, wow, no, I didn't hear about that. Oh, that's interesting. And you typically will say, well, I don't know how true that is, but if it is true, then, you know, I'm keeping them in prayer. But if it's not true, hopefully, you know, that'll work itself out or whatever the case may be. All I'm saying to you is when people come to you with gossip, don't be quick to ride the bandwagon of, oh my goodness, child, so-and-so did this, that, and the other, and then you're spreading that same rumor to other people, but you don't even know if it's true or not. Remain neutral. You don't take sides either way. Number 15, last but not least, treat everyone with respect. And I wanted to end with that one because you must definitely keep that in mind. You've got to treat everybody you come in contact with respect. Here's my thing, and you may or may not agree with me, and that's all right. I don't have to like you. I don't even have to love you. Not with Michelle's love. I love everybody with the love of Christ. Let's be clear. But I don't even have to like you to respect you. See, I respect you as a person. I respect you because of the title that you have. But that doesn't mean I have to like you. Do you understand what I'm saying? So when I say treat everyone with respect, now in the back of my mind, I'm thinking to myself, the reality is this: I'm going to respect you as long as you're respecting me. Let me just keep it real. But there have been times when I was nothing but respectful to someone who was mean and nasty towards me. And at that point, that's when I say, you know what? It's time to cut this short, because what I won't do is be disrespected. So you have a nice day and keep it moving. But to the best of your ability, treat everyone that you come in contact with, treat them with respect. And hopefully they'll show you the same grace, okay? And again, if they don't, then, you know, you just choose to walk away. You don't have to sit and argue with them and go back and forth with them for what? Because it's pointless. I respect everybody until you give me reason not to. Period. End of sentence. Yeah, and on that note, y'all, I'm going to bid y'all good day because I need to get up out of here. If you're new to watch my videos, I want to say welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to tap the bell so you don't miss anything. I do car conversations every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. So come on back tomorrow where I will have another topic for you. And this is not your first rodeo. I want to say welcome back. Y'all know I miss you when I don't get a chance to see you. Go out there, enjoy this beautiful Friday. No matter where you go or what you decide to do, y'all know the drill. Have fun, but be careful. Be safe and be careful. But by all means, have fun. This is the weekend, honey. Enjoy. You deserve it. You put in that hard work all week long, so you deserve it, okay? Now, something else I was getting ready to say, and I lost my train of thought. Oh, I know I was going to say, having said all of that, you know the drill, you know the spiel. I love you all to the moon and back, and there is nothing, and I mean absolutely nothing that you can ever do to change that, because I love y'all. I love you so much, and I want nothing but the best for you. And guess what? The best is yet to come for you, and the best is yet to come for me. Let's believe that, and let's keep working towards achieving our goals. Love you much. We'll talk again tomorrow.